Next is from Gary Hands, and the subject is CM Punk or Booker T. This is a question for the whole group. Booker T has been quite open disdain for CM Punk. He rarely praises him, and when it comes to time to bury Punk, few have the skill Booker T at burying Phil. But my question I have for you three guys, who, especially, and you have started those, who's better video uploads? Who has the better career legacy between Booker T and CM Punk? Booker T may not have always been a top guy, but I don't think a person alive could ever say that he was anything less than great. While CM Punk has been a top guy for most of his career, despite business being on a downside, and just for the laugh, who would win a real fight?
Booker T.
LOL. Booker T would win a real fight. But Booker T whooped Batista's ass one day. So it's like, come on.
He's a big dude too.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize how big he is.
Who's it a book? I'd say Booker. I still think, the legacy of Punk was heavily tarnished when he went to UFC. But honestly, this might be a different answer to this question if Punk had never gone to UFC. Would you agree with that?
If he'd never gone to UFC, I still would have put my money on Booker.
Right. Yeah. He had a great career. Here's what Booker. Both of them had similar careers. Okay, because it took their talent, the fact that they had the talent to break through the glass ceiling that was set up for them. Like, both of those guys broke through that glass ceiling. Yep. Booker T was talented enough to be the top guy, and it just took them to say, hey, all right, let's make this guy one of the top guys like these other top guys because he's so talented. And the same thing happened with Punk. Punk elevated himself to the top guy because he's so talented on the mic, and he was just like, he was just more talented than the other guys and earned his way into the spot. So they both followed very similar paths to getting where they did. They broke through glass ceilings and got to spots where people you wouldn't have thought they would have ever gotten to those spots. But I think the longevity issue, of course, is Booker T because he wrestled far longer than Punk did. Punk quit. When he go wrestling, when he go working. For how many years has Punk been out before he came back? 7?
7,
yeah. That's just the fact that Booker worked the whole time was why I would put him above that. Would you agree with that, Konnan?
Well, Punk's career still ain't over, so
right, exactly.
We can't
that's
really
true.
compare him yet. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, but
remember he did have.
You know what it's like? Let me tell you. Here's the thing. If this is the what do you call it, Daytona 500? All right? Punk was leading the race for a while and hit the wall and had to go in for a pit stop and lost a few laps. Now he's back on the track and trying to get back out into onto the lead lap.
Remember he had a WWE title reign over a year. He feuded with Cena. He feuded with The Rock. He had his big moments.
400 something days he was champ, right?
Right.
Yeah.